Hi, you guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Lash Specialist, where beginner lash artists come and grow. So, today we're going to do a lash adhesive mini class, and I am going to give you a checklist of everything that you need to know before you buy a lash glue. As a lash artist, choosing the right lash glues is essential to achieving great lash retention as well as happy customers. Understand that word of mouth is still a thing. I know that we put so much effort into social media, but understand if your lash sets are not lasting for your clients, word of mouth will kill your business, okay? With so many different types of lash glue on the market, it can be really challenging to know which one to choose. In this masterclass, we're going to be sharing all of the tips that you need to select the right lash adhesive for your clients, okay? So, in this mini class, we're going to be going over about 5 tips that you need to know in order to choose the best lash glue for you. Okay, you guys really need to take notes of what you need in a lash glue before you buy it. I don't want you guys to be buying lash glue and then it doesn't work, okay? Because if you buy the wrong lash glue, it will literally not work, okay? You will go to place the extension on the lash and it will literally fall off and not adhere to the natural lash. Now, before we get into it, please make sure that you like and subscribe this video. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments. I will make classes based off some of your questions and some of your comments. Also, you guys, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're struggling with. So make sure that you talk to me in the comments. So let's get into the video. Now, one of the most important things that you need to consider before you buy any lash glue, I don't care how popular it is, I don't care what the person is advertising for the lash glue, you need to consider the temperature and the humidity, okay? Temperature can affect the chemical reaction that occurs when the lash glue is applied to the natural lashes, okay? Also, mainly what I've seen on the market is that most lash glues work in the ideal temperature of a range between 68 and 77 degrees. Now, this is what I normally see on the market. Before you buy a lash glue, when you go onto the website, it needs to be listed the ideal temperature that lash glue should be used in, okay? I want you guys to really understand that lash glue is nothing but a bottle of chemicals. Those chemicals are very, very sensitive to temperature, okay? They will react differently. For example, if you are using that lash adhesive and it is below the temperature that it should be used in, that glue will dry slower, okay? The viscosity will change in that glue, okay? It will become thicker. If you use a lash glue above in a temperature that is above the ideal temperature that lash glue is supposed to be used in, the glue will become thinner. Also, it will dry at least 2 seconds quicker. So if you have a lash glue that is a 2 second lash glue, that means as soon as you dip that lash extension, it's going to dry immediately, okay? Also, within your lash glue, there is a chemical called cyanoacrylate, okay? If you use that glue in extreme temperatures, sometimes I see girls on social media, doing lashes by the pool and things of that nature. It will cause the lash adhesive to break down. The cyanoacrylate in that glue, that chemical will break down and it can reduce the bonding strength, meaning that lash set is not going to last as long. Also, if you store your lash adhesive in a temperature that's too hot or too cold, it could literally affect the chemical composition of the adhesive and make it less effective, okay? Now, let's move on to humidity. Humidity could also affect the performance of the lash glue. All right. Normally, The ideal humidity range is between 40 and 70%, okay? Now, again, just like with the temperature, each lash adhesive has its own range of humidity percentage that it's supposed to be used in. So before you buy that lash glue, look on the website and see what the ideal humidity percentage that lash glue is supposed to be used in. And just like with the temperature, if the humidity is too high, and let's just talk about what humidity means. Humidity means the amount of moisture in the air, okay? So if you're using a lash glue that has too much moisture in the air, the humidity is too high, the lash adhesive will take longer to dry and probably may not actually bond. Meaning when you go to place that lash extension to the natural lash, it may literally not adhere to the natural lash. Now, if you use the lash glue in a humidity that's too low, meaning there's not enough moisture in the air, it will dry too quickly. Okay. And again, the lash glue may not even work. So it is extremely, extremely important that you know what temperature and humidity that lash adhesive should be used in. Okay. And then again, with humidity, it's going if it's out of range, if you're using that lash glue in a humidity percentage that's out of range than what it's supposed to be used in, it will cause the glue to be too thick or too thin. And again, you guys, you can find this information out. It should be posted on the website where you are purchasing the lash glue. Okay. If that website does not say the ideal temperature to use this lash adhesive is blah, 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 and the ideal humidity percentage to use this lash glue is blah, 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 I would not recommend buying that lash glue, okay? And before you even do all of that, if you look at the bottom, you'll see what is called a hydrometer, okay? You could get these off of Amazon for $10. I want you to buy one of these and put it in your lash room so you can see what the temperature at the top, you see the temperature is in Celsius, but at the top it will show you the temperature, and at the bottom you see that 74%. That is the humidity percentage, okay? Before you buy a lash glue, you need to understand and know what the temperature and humidity percentage is within your lash glue. And then you go and buy a lash glue that meets that range. Before you buy a lash glue, make sure that when you go onto the website that your lash studio falls within the temperature and humidity percentage range that is of your lash studio. I hope that makes sense, okay? So number 1, find out what the temperature and humidity percentage of your lash studio is by buying this $10 hydrometer from Amazon, okay? And then before you buy a lash glue, make sure that your lash studio falls within the temperature and humidity percentage, ideally for that lash glue. Okay. If you have any questions about that, leave them in the comments. Now, the second thing that we need to look at on your lash adhesive checklist before you buy a lash adhesive is the dry times. Okay, so let's move on to drying times. This is the second thing that you need to think about before you buy a lash glue, okay? And stay until the end of this mini class because I have a very important treat for you, okay? So let's talk about what is dry times. Drying time refers to the amount of time it takes for the lash adhesive to dry and bond to the natural lash in the lash extension. Different lash adhesives have varying dry times, okay? They can range from now they can range from a half a second all the way to I've seen as long to 8 to 10 seconds. Okay. So that's a big range. A half a second to 8 seconds, a half a second to 10 seconds. So it's really important that you consider the dry time before you purchase a lash adhesive. Okay. So I really want us to be very, very honest with ourselves, okay? Because it's going to make a difference in the type of glue that you buy. All right. When you're new to lashing, it's important that you take your time during the application process to make sure that you're hitting all of the important notes when it comes to applying the lash extension to the natural lash. You want to make sure that your lash placement is good. You want to make sure that you're isolating the natural lash. And if you are a newer lash artist, that can take a little time for you to get the hang of it. So if you are a newer lash artist, I would suggest that you use a lash adhesive that has a slower dry time. This way it will give you time to work. I feel like a lot of beginner lash artists add undue pressure in lashing, partly because you guys have gotten this 1 second, glue, and it's just the pressure is getting worse. Okay. So make sure, if you are a new lash artist, girl, just get the slower dry time glue. It will make the application process a lot easier. When I remember when I was a beginner lash artist, sometimes when I would place the extension on the natural lash, I wouldn't even place it right. Okay. If you have a quick drying glue, it will not give you time to adjust that lash extension the way that it needs to be placed. Okay. With a slower dry time, it will give you a little bit of cushion so you can adjust that extension properly on the natural lash. And this will lead to better retention. It will also lead to your lash sets looking a lot better because you're able to focus on the true basics of lashing, which is lash placement and isolation. Now let's move on to our third tip before buying a lash adhesive. Now this photo is of Lena with Lash Makers. I absolutely love her and I love her company. I love the way that she has built her business. One major key that you guys need to really realize is to buy from a reputable lash company. This is so important, okay? You don't want to just buy lash glue from anybody just because they say it has good retention. Like I said at the beginning of this mini class, your lash adhesive is literally a bottle of glue. A bottle of chemicals. You are using this bottle of chemicals near someone's eye. You want to make sure that where you are buying this lash glue, the person has done their research, okay? They haven't just bought, a whole bunch of glue from a random lash vendor, okay, overseas. Before purchasing lash adhesive from any company, it's important to do your research. Look up the company online, read the reviews from other lash artists that have used their products. Check the company's website and social media pages to learn more about their history, their mission, and their values. Doing your due diligence can help you feel more confident in making the decision on what company you want to purchase the lash adhesive from, okay? Also, very, very important that a lot of people skip over is I want you to consider, okay? I want you to consider the customer service and support that this lash company that you're buying the lash glue from. I want you to consider ways of the different channels that you can get a hold to somebody if there's a problem with the lash glue. Okay. DM shouldn't be your only option. All right. In addition to the quality of the product, it's important to consider the level of customer service and support offered by the company. Look for companies that provide clear instructions for use, okay? And for customer service, for you to be able to call them a customer service line or email address so you can email them. Also, look for companies that also offer training. Also, look for companies that have a return policy if there's any issues, or maybe if you got a bad batch of glue. Okay. A company that prioritizes customer satisfaction is more likely to provide you with a high quality lash adhesive. All right. Also, I want you to think about price and value. While price shouldn't be the only factor that you consider when choosing a lash adhesive from a company, it's still an important consideration. Look for companies that have competitive pricing around quality products. Also, that does not mean, y'all, that you go and find the cheapest lash glue on the market. Okay? It needs to be competitive. Like, lash glue shouldn't cost you $150, but it also shouldn't be $20 either. Okay? I need you guys to do your research and make sure that you are buying from a reputable company, not just somebody that just started lashing a year ago and decided they wanted to do a money grab and found a vendor overseas, and now they're selling you a bottle of chemicals that you are now responsible for placing near someone's eyes. Okay? Again, you guys, if you guys are liking the video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Now, let's move on to clear glue versus black glue, okay? Clear glue is often preferred when applying lighter lash extensions. We're talking about lighter in colors like red, yellow, orange, blue, sometimes even brown. Also, it's really good to use clear adhesive when you have a client with blonde lashes, okay? As it doesn't add any extra color to those lashes. Now, I want you guys to know that, however, clear lash adhesive may not be as effective at blending the lash extensions with the natural lashes when it comes to a dramatic look. All right. Clear lash adhesive is more for, like I said, for different color lash extensions that you don't want that black adhesive to clash with, like using black adhesive with yellow lashes. That may not look right. Okay. Now, the main difference between clear and black glue is one has black dye and the other one doesn't. All right. One is literally not better than the other when it comes to bonding strength. That's the only difference. One has dye and the other one does not. All right. Now let's talk about MSDS sheets. A lot of you guys don't even know what this is, but you're steady buying lash adhesive off the internet. Okay. MSDS stands for Medical Safety Data Sheet. All right. And this is a document that contains information about the chemical composition, physical properties, and potential hazards of the product. Like I said, lash glue is a bottle of chemicals. All right. It is important, very, very important, that this document is reviewed when choosing a lash adhesive because it provides valuable information about the safety and proper use of the lash adhesive. All right. MSDS sheets are typically provided by the manufacturer of the lash adhesive. meaning that that lash company that you're buying the glue from, they should have it posted on their website to where you can download it if they are using a reputable manufacturer. This goes back to the fourth item on the checklist, choosing a reputable company, a company that has done their research. A reputable company will make sure that they have an MSDS sheet available on their website for you, the customer, to review before and after getting the lash glue. Okay. Now, here are a couple of things that you need to look for on this MSDS sheet. Okay. Hazard identification. This section outlines the potential hazards associated with the lash glue, such as skin or eye irritation, flammability, or toxicity, composition information on the ingredients. This section lists the chemical ingredients contained in the lash glue and their concentration levels. All right. This MSD sheet is so important. Also, it should have a section of first aid measures. This section provides instructions for how to respond in case of accidental exposure or ingestion of the lash adhesive. It should also tell you how to store it. It should also tell you the exposure controls and personal protection. Okay, this means wearing a mask when you are applying lashes. I see too many girls that are not using and wearing masks during their lash appointment as a lash artist, and you guys need to stop that, because lash adhesive, I don't care from what company it comes from, all lash adhesive has chemicals that emit invisible fumes. Okay, and lashing 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you guys are sniffing in those fumes, and it will mess up your nasal passages. So make sure that you are wearing a mask. Okay, if the company that you are trying to buy this lash glue doesn't have an MSDS sheet on the website, don't buy the glue. Okay, reviewing the MSD sheet for the lash glue can help you understand the potential risks associated with that lash glue. Also, I want you guys to keep in mind, if your client has an allergic reaction and she has to go to the hospital or her doctor, they will contact you and ask you for this sheet, because they need to know what chemicals are in that lash glue and at what concentration levels. Okay, they need to know the level of toxicity of the chemicals within that lash glue. And if you can't produce that, if you can't produce the the MSDS sheet to the doctor in order for them to treat the girl that you gave lashes to, you are going to be in serious trouble, my friend. Okay. Now we're coming to the juicy part of the mini class. I want to share something with you guys that I have been working on, and I have been getting so many emails and so many DMs and so many questions about. Okay. So I am going to share this with you guys, and I'm so excited to let you in on this. I have created a lash adhesive one-on-one ebook. Okay. I've been working on this for a long time. It's over 60 pages. Okay. 60 pages. This is how much information that is on lash glue that is not taught in these courses, these certification courses. If you are a beginner looking to improve your lash retention and provide your clients with the best possible results, my lash adhesive ebook is going to be a superb resource for you. Okay. My comprehensive guide provides you with expert tips and tricks, how to purchase glue, using glue, storing glue, so you can feel confident in the lash adhesive that you're using and the application techniques that you will be using it for. Okay. In this particular ebook that I've created. We're going to go over understanding the different types of lash adhesive so you can choose the right one. All right. Proper storage techniques so you can keep your glue as fresh as possible. Okay. We're also going to go into a deeper dive into how temperature and humidity will affect the different chemicals in your lash glue. Also, I have tips in here on how to improve your retention, how to reduce lash fallout, common mistakes to avoid when using your lash glue. I have put so much information into this ebook. This is why it's over 60 pages. Okay? Look at how many chapters I have. All right? If you guys are interested in getting this ebook, I have the QR code on the side. Okay? So if you want to get this ebook and improve your lash retention, if you want to know what glue to buy, if you want to get the best glue for you and know how to use it properly, I suggest you get this ebook. Okay? There's nobody out on the market that has over 60 pages on just lash adhesive. All right. Every lash certification I have taken, they do not go into the fundamentals and basics on how to use lash glue. I had to figure this out on my own. All right. And I'm giving you guys this information in this ebook. All right. Now, here's another thing that you guys have been emailing and DMing me about. All right. I know you guys are tired of the all inclusive How to Lash ebooks. I know you guys are left with so many questions after you take these, self paced courses that these lash courses that you've been buying. A lot of beginner lash artists I am noticing when you guys email me or you DM me, you want instant feedback. You want to be able to ask someone questions. You don't want to sit in a class with over 30 people. You don't want to buy another course where you kind of got to figure it out. They kind of give you video tutorials, but if you have questions, there's no one there to help you. So I have created a one-on-one mentorship, all right? The one-on-one mentorship will be literally one-on-one. All right. We will have multiple Zoom calls. I will show you how to lash step by step. We will address what you're struggling with, whether it's lash retention, lash mapping, how to isolate your lash setup, the supplies that you need. But I'm also adding in a bonus in our one on one calls. I am going to create you your own personal marketing plan. We're going to do a social media audit of your social media pages, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok. I'm going to show you what you're going to do, what you're doing wrong, the mistakes that you're making, and then I'm going to provide you with solutions. Okay. That's just your social media audit. And then I'm going to create you a plan. I'm going to email you a plan and give you a marketing strategy specifically for you, specifically where you are in your journey, so you can get lash clients and be booked and busy. All right. I am going to create you a marketing plan. Then we're going to get on Zoom calls to make sure that you are following said marketing plan. I'm going to be your accountability partner. All right. So if you want to get on the wait list for the one-on-one lash mentorship, use the QR code on the upper left of your screen. I'm so excited about this because this is going to definitely change the game. This is going to help grow beginner lash artists into becoming the best lash artists in their city. And I am so excited for you guys. I'm so excited to help you. Now, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you guys want to see more lash content, more mini classes like this, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And outside of that, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Oh, and make sure to like my video. Thank you.